Very different role for you this year, obviously. How have you kind of embraced the challenge so far?
I mean, it's exciting. It's year two here at UCLA. Just being here with the guys, it's a whole new group of people. So we have to pick up the pace fast, especially since we're one of the youngest teams in the NCAA. So really just picking up the leadership role, telling the guys, what I've learned from year one, bringing it here. So just really just picking up the pace and trying to lead the other guys so they're not behind, and we need to be on the same page because coming into this game that we're having coming up and out of the country is going to be a big factor for us to show how the younger guys can help this team out for sure.
What would be some examples of leadership as far as showing guys the way?
Leading by example, one, talking to the guys, showing the guys different, before practice, we'll be in the locker room talking about the different sets, talking about what practice would look like, especially on the first day when we first came in here for training, just talking to the guys about, how Cronin is, be ready for him, just we have to all be on the same page coming day one.
People talk about the big jump between freshman and sophomore year. Do you feel like you're ready to kind of make that jump?
I'm very ready to make that jump. Just learning from the older guys, the best that came here in the past, Tiger, Jaime, Dave. I feel like they put me in a position to where I'm ready for this and to take this to the next level.
Have you been to Europe before?
No, this is actually my first time going out the country, so I'm actually very excited to see what it's like over there and the culture change.
Are you going to have time for a lot of sightseeing? Have you looked at the schedule?
No. I know for a fact we'll be able to see some different sites, but we're really just going to have fun and get ready for these games. Like, this is a business trip. We're trying to see how good we can really be.
Who have you been going against the most at point guard in practice? Kind of, the number 2 point guard who you're going up against the most?
Sebastian Mack or Jan Vide.
Okay.
Two guys who are very good, both freshmen, very young, but they're very raw and they bring a lot to the team, the energy, and we have a lot of dogs on this team, a lot of raw talent, and so you guys are going to see that when we start playing.
Yeah, Coach said Sebastian could be a boxer. Have you seen that?
What was it?
He's so tough he could be a boxer.
Sebastian. Oh yeah, Sebastian's a dog for sure. You guys will see that coming.
And then how's that stylistically different from Jan? What's Jan like?
Jan is very Jan is a real playmaker. He's real. His mid-range, his feel for the game is different. Coming from overseas, he has to change his game to play our play style versus playing against foreign players all the time. So the physicality is different. He's learning, and he's going to be a great player.
What have you specifically worked on, since the end of last season?
Being more consistent, working on my three-point shot, working on making the right read, making on the faster reads, and just being more of a leader and being more vocal.
Physically, you look like you've added some strength. Was that a priority this offseason?
Got to. This year too. Got to look different, man.
Did you have
Can't be the same.
runs with the NBA guys?
Yes, over at the Rico Hines. I've been over there a couple times. I was there last year and was able to make some this year. So we went with some of the guys too from the team: Sebastian, Dev, Will, Kenny. A bunch of the guys went. So
who'd you guys go up against from the NBA?
We played against a lot of guys. So Rico usually has different teams from the NBA come. So the Raptors were there. Detroit was there. And it was just exciting just to see how all the NBA players really take the run seriously, and just to be in that environment, just to be in there was it's a blessing for us.
Did you guys beat any of them? Did you win any of those games?
Yeah, we got a couple wins. We got a couple.
Over Toronto or Detroit or?
It was a mixture.
Oh, okay.
It was a mixture.
Okay. What's that like to beat NBA guys?
I mean, it just shows that you're one step closer to being right there. To be able to be on the court with them and show that your skills is not as far from where they are. And just to show how, because some of the NBA guys, they're very, very elite, pretty much all of them. And so just to be able to show wow, the next step is where he's at or where the other guy is, it's just it motivates you and wants you to keep working harder.
All good?
Thanks, Dylan.
I appreciate it.